This is another of my favorite lessons. I'm sure you can guess why. But upstaging can be fun, and it's something that's not really talked about much either, like some of the other lessons in here. But it's actually an important part of puppetry, and a lot of that comes out of the whole Muppet culture. It was something that generally was encouraged on things like the Muppet Show. Backstage, you see characters doing things to fool around, and the puppeteers would be making stuff up a lot. And sometimes it can be sort of big things, like they're having a big argument about something, and other times it can just be some little bit of business where a puppet is obsessing about something. But it's kind of fun because you're usually just left to do whatever you want. And the directors and producers and main guys are really just focusing on the characters at the front that are having their dramatic moment, or they're playing out their scene. And usually they're not paying attention to what's going on in the back. So you can actually get away with, almost with murder, with a lot of things that otherwise you wouldn't get away with. And they might not see it until they're editing and think, what was that guy doing? So that's kind of fun. So I'll try to find some examples of bits of upstaging, just so you can sort of see different kinds of puppet upstaging and what you can probably get away with. Now, of course, I have to say there are times where it's not appropriate, and you should just kind of, be paying attention to the main characters in the scene, or doing that little bit of business that you've been given to do by a director or an AD or whomever. So, sometimes you really don't want to upstage because you'll get into trouble and you'll get fired and all that kind of thing. But yeah, part of the fun often when you had a background character was you usually could almost do anything you wanted. I remember in the ABC Muppet series, I was given Chip, Dave Goelz's character Chip. He was probably doing Gonzo or something in the foreground. So he was back behind his little desk in the office with all his computer bits and things, and I remember finding there was a ruler and some bits of paper and some, I don't know if he had magnifying glass, there was some different things anyway, but I sort of had him build this thing in the middle of the take, and then sort of make a little fulcrum and fling this piece of paper up in the air and see how far he could get it into the main set and things like that. And yeah, I got away with that one. No one really noticed I was doing that. I think some of it ended up in the final show. Yeah, there's some other things I remember doing during the Mother Goose stories back in the day in the 80s as well, that got some laughs, things actually that did get noticed.
Oh, cheese. Off to the dairy and back to the palace. Want a dairy me, not a prime minister. Out the way, will you? Go on, shoot. The royal cheese is here, Your Majesty.
Well, put it round the door.
May I come in for a moment? We must talk.
No, don't come in. Get out of here. Don't you dare come in.
But Your Majesty!
Where's my cheese?
Oh, this is hopeless. Send it in.
Your cheese, Your Majesty.
Right, close the door.
Would that be all?
Yes, close the door.
You see? She won't let anyone in.
It's very strange. I only want to look through the keyhole.
No. We can't have little girls looking through keyholes. The Prime Minister, perhaps. Now, let me see.
Go away! Get away from my door!
Yes, Your Majesty. Well, don't just stand there. Go and fetch more
Cheese.
So upstaging is just kind of like a way to have a little bit of fun and hopefully not get into too much trouble with puppets.